Picture this. The stadium lights are blazing, the crowd is roaring, and all eyes are on Travis Hunter. The young NFL star who was supposed to be the golden boy, the unstoppable force, the future of the league. But behind the scenes, there's chaos. There are whispers. And now there are red flags that fans cannot ignore. You've heard the warnings. You've seen the tweets. And now, an NFL veteran has stepped forward, publicly proving why the men around Travis were sounding the alarm long before the cameras caught on. The revelations are shocking, the tension is explosive, and the drama is nothing short of reality TV-worthy. Fans are calling it the betrayal of the year. Close friends are saying, "We tried to warn him," and insiders, they claim that the warning signs were written in bold letters, but Travis refused to see them. Was it pride? Was it love? Or was it the kind of blind ambition that destroys even the strongest players? Tonight, we pull back the curtain on the scandal, rocking the football world. Trust is broken, friendships are shattered. And the NFL community is left asking, did Travis ignore the biggest red flags of his life? Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear will change everything. The cameras never show the full story. The highlight reels make it look like everything is perfect. But what if I told you that behind the touchdowns and smiles, Travis Hunter was living in a storm he couldn't control? It all started the night after one of his biggest wins. Fans thought he was celebrating with friends, teammates, and his closest circle. But insiders claim there was a heated argument brewing just minutes before the cameras started flashing. One NFL veteran who had once mentored Travis reportedly cornered him and said, "Listen, kid, you need to open your eyes before it's too late. The red flags are right in front of you." Travis, according to eyewitnesses, laughed it off. Thought it was jealousy. He thought the old star was just bitter about the new generation taking over. But the words weren't about the game. They were about his personal life. The veteran wasn't warning him about defenses or rivalries. He was warning him about the people closest to him, the ones who claimed to love him. And that's where the drama begins. Sources say the conflict centered around someone who had been in Travis's life for months, maybe even longer, quietly influencing him in ways fans didn't see. This person was no stranger to the spotlight either, and that's what made things even more dangerous. Insiders claim arguments had been happening in private, with friends begging Travis to slow down to take a closer look at who was really on his side. But Travis, blinded by loyalty and emotion, kept defending the one person everyone else was warning him about. The night of that warning, things took a turn. A teammate reportedly confronted Travis in front of the group and said, "Bro, we care about you, but you're not seeing it. Everyone sees it except you." The room went silent. Fans who later pieced together cryptic social media posts believe this was the moment the cracks became impossible to ignore. Imagine the scene. A young star at the top of his game, surrounded by people who claim to have his best interests at heart. But in reality, there's tension, there's mistrust, and there's betrayal simmering beneath the surface. Friends began choosing sides. Family members voiced their concerns. Even fans started speculating online, with hashtags popping up overnight, hinting that Travis might be caught in a dangerous spiral. And here's the twist nobody saw coming. While Travis brushed off the warnings in public, privately he started questioning things. Late-night phone calls with his closest confidants revealed that he was torn. One moment he was defending the person everyone else called toxic, and the next moment he was admitting that maybe, just maybe, he had ignored too many warning signs. One fan who claimed to overhear Travis at a restaurant said he muttered under his breath, "Man, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm the one being played." The emotional toll was visible. Insiders noticed Travis looking distracted at practice, snapping at reporters during interviews, and even skipping events he normally loved. Teammates whispered about it in locker rooms, saying the star they knew was slipping away. One player told reporters anonymously, "He's not himself." The Drama is eating him alive. But just when fans thought the story was about to calm down, it escalated. Reports surfaced of a dramatic confrontation at a family gathering. Relatives, frustrated that Travis wouldn't listen, allegedly staged an intervention. One family member reportedly shouted, "Do you want to throw your whole career away for this? Is that what you want?" Emotions ran high. People were crying, voices were raised, and according to a source close to the family, Travis stormed out, slamming the door and leaving everyone stunned. The fallout was immediate. Social media exploded with speculation. Photos leaked of Travis, looking upset outside the venue, and fans couldn't stop dissecting every detail. Some said he looked broken, others said he looked furious. But one thing was clear, something major had shifted. After that night, the distance between Travis and his inner circle grew. Started spending more time with the very person everyone had warned him about, which only fueled more arguments. Friends felt betrayed. Teammates felt helpless. And the veteran who had issued the original warning doubled down in interviews, saying, "I tried to tell him. He's not listening, but he'll learn the hard way." The tension spilled over into the public eye during a press event. Reporters noticed Travis snapping when asked about his personal life. "Focus on football," he snapped. "Everything else is noise." But fans weren't buying it. The cracks were too obvious, and the whispers had become too loud. The biggest shock came when an anonymous source leaked messages that allegedly showed arguments between Travis and his closest allies. The messages painted a picture of a young man caught in a web of manipulation, torn between loyalty to the people he loved and the harsh reality of their true intentions. One message allegedly read, "You don't get it. I'm all he's got right now. If I walk away, he'll crash." Imagine the weight of those words. Imagine being a young star, barely old enough to handle fame, and suddenly realizing the people you trust the most might also be the ones leading you to destruction. It's the kind of drama that feels too wild to be true, but every insider insists it's very real. And then, just when fans thought the situation couldn't get worse, it did. The person at the center of all these warnings allegedly confronted Travis's closest friend during a heated night out. Eyewitnesses claim there was yelling, accusations flying, and at one point security had to step in to separate them. One witness said it was ugly. They were screaming in each other's faces. Everyone in the place was staring. It felt like a scene out of a reality show. By the next morning, rumors were everywhere. Fans were divided. Some defended Travis, saying he was just protecting his choices, while others begged him to listen to the warnings before it was too late. The drama reached a fever pitch, and insiders whispered that the situation was spiraling out of control. Travis, however, refused to back down. He doubled down on his loyalty, insisting to those closest to him that everything was under control. But the truth, even he wasn't sure anymore. Late-night calls grew longer, arguments grew louder, and his performance on the field began to reflect the chaos off of it. The NFL veteran who first sounded the alarm gave one final chilling warning. During an interview, when it all falls apart, don't say nobody told him. We tried. He just didn't want to listen. And that's where the story leaves us at this point, Travis, torn between loyalty and truth, surrounded by people with conflicting agendas, and standing on the edge of a cliff he might not even see. But what happened next took the drama to an entirely new level. Shocking even those who thought they had seen it all. The chaos that had been brewing behind closed doors finally began to spill into the open. And it was impossible to contain. Travis Hunter's life, once carefully polished for the cameras, was now unraveling in front of millions. When the veteran delivered his chilling warning, when it all falls apart, don't say nobody told him. It wasn't just a soundbite. It was a prophecy. And almost immediately after, the prophecy began to play out in shocking detail. Reports surfaced of Travis skipping mandatory team meetings, Teammates whispered that he seemed distracted, scrolling on his phone during film sessions, snapping at coaches, and zoning out when the game plan was being explained. Insiders connected the dots quickly. The late-night arguments, the tension in his inner circle, the confrontations with family, it was all bleeding into his career. Fans noticed it too. On social media, comments like "he doesn't look locked in anymore" and "the drama's catching up to him" started trending, but the real explosion happened one Friday night at a high-profile charity event. Travis had been invited as a guest of honor, expected to shake hands, smile for cameras, and represent the NFL with pride. Instead, the event turned into a scene straight out of a reality show meltdown. Eyewitnesses claim that the very person at the center of all these warnings showed up uninvited. What was supposed to be a glamorous evening of fundraising and good press quickly became the stage for one of the most talked about confrontations of the season, according to multiple sources. The tension was visible from the moment they walked in. Fans in attendance said Travis's smile seemed forced, his body language stiff. At one point, a heated exchange took place near the entrance, where a close friend of Travis allegedly tried to keep the uninvited guest out. Voices were raised. One fan who recorded the moment on their phone swore they heard someone shout, "You don't belong here. You're ruining everything." Security tried to defuse the situation, but it was too late. The clip went viral within hours, sparking a firestorm online. Hashtags exploded, fans took sides, and sports media outlets picked up the story, framing it as a shocking scandal. Travis Hunter's Night of Chaos. One headline read, "Behind the scenes, the fallout was even worse." Sources close to Travis revealed that he was torn apart by what happened. In private, he allegedly screamed at his closest friends, accusing them of embarrassing him in front of the world. "You're supposed to have my back, not make me look weak," he reportedly shouted during one confrontation. The friendships that had once been his anchor were now cracking under the weight of the drama. The NFL veteran who had been warning Travis all along didn't hold back either. In a radio interview the next morning, he said, "This is exactly what I was talking about. You can't mix this kind of chaos with a professional career. He's playing with fire, and it's only a matter of time before he gets burned." But the twists didn't stop there. Insiders revealed that the situation at the charity event wasn't just about embarrassment. It was about control. Apparently, there had been a plan for Travis to make a major announcement that night, something that could have boosted his image and solidified his reputation as a future face of the NFL. But with the drama overshadowing everything, the announcement was scrapped. The opportunity was gone, leaving Travis furious and even more divided between his loyalty to the person causing chaos and the career he had worked so hard for. Fans were shocked when, just days later, a new video surfaced. This one, allegedly, showed Travis in a private argument outside his home. Neighbors reported shouting that went late into the night, with phrases like, "You're choosing them over me, and you'll regret this," echoing into the street. The video, though blurry and muffled, was enough to spark endless speculation. Fans dissected every frame, every muffled word, trying to piece together the truth. Inside the NFL, executives were worried. Sources claimed that team officials quietly reached out to Travis, urging him to get things under control. They didn't want the drama to overshadow the season. But those conversations only seemed to fuel the fire. Travis reportedly felt cornered, believing that even the league was against him. Meanwhile, his family remained divided. One half of the family insisted that everyone was overreacting, that Travis should be allowed to live his life. The other half, however, grew more vocal about their fears. One relative allegedly told reporters off the record, "He's blind to what's happening. It's like watching someone walk into traffic and refusing to stop themselves." Emotions ran high, and the family dynamic was ripped apart. Dinners turned into shouting matches. Phone calls ended in slammed receivers. And once close siblings stopped speaking altogether. The emotional toll on Travis was undeniable. During one game, cameras caught him sitting on the bench, head in his hands, long after the rest of the team had gone into the locker room. Fans were quick to notice, posting screenshots with captions like, "He looks broken, and this is deeper than football." Even commentators couldn't avoid addressing it, with one saying during a live broadcast, "You can tell something's weighing on him. This isn't the same player we saw earlier in the season." And then came the betrayal that nobody expected. Insiders leaked that one of Travis's closest friends, the very one who had been defending him publicly, had secretly met with the NFL veteran to discuss ways to help Travis. When Travis found out, the fallout was nuclear, according to a source. He accused his friend of being a traitor, screaming, "You went behind my back." After everything we've been through, the confrontation ended with Travis walking out, slamming the door so hard it shook the walls. That betrayal left him more isolated than ever. His circle was shrinking, his family was fractured, and the pressure from fans and the league was only growing louder. Social media became a battlefield, with fans creating conspiracy theories, dissecting every interview, every post, every public appearance. Some said Travis was in denial. Others believed he was being manipulated, and a few even claimed the whole drama was a publicity stunt. But those closest to him knew the truth: it wasn't a stunt. It was real, painfully real. And the cracks were beginning to widen into chasms. The climax of part 2 came during another public event, when Travis was spotted leaving early, visibly upset. Reporters swarmed him, shouting questions about the drama. Instead of brushing it off like before, he finally snapped. "You don't know what's going on in my life." He barked at the cameras, "Stop pretending like you do." The clip went viral, and fans were divided yet again. Some sympathized, saying he deserved privacy, while others insisted the outburst was proof that he was spiraling. What nobody realized was that the real storm hadn't even hit yet, because behind the scenes, another betrayal was brewing, one that would shatter everything and drag the drama to an entirely new level of chaos. And when it finally exploded, even Travis's most loyal supporters were left stunned, questioning whether the NFL star could survive the fallout at all. The outburst that went viral was just the spark. The real firestorm erupted days later, when a bombshell leak hit the internet, sending fans, teammates, and even rivals into a frenzy. A private group chat allegedly between Travis's closest circle was leaked online, and the contents painted a picture darker than anyone had imagined. The messages revealed frustration, backstabbing, and outright pleas for Travis to wake up. One message read, "I can't keep watching him throw everything away for this. He's not the same person anymore." Another chilling line came from someone who had been by his side for years. "If he doesn't listen now, we're all done." Fans were shocked. Hashtags like #SaveTravis and #RedFlag started trending within hours. Sports commentators dissected every word of the leaked messages, while gossip outlets treated it like the latest episode of a reality TV series. Suddenly, the world wasn't just watching Travis's career, they were watching his life crumble in real time. Travis's reaction to the leak was explosive. Insiders claim that when he found out, he immediately confronted his circle. "So you're all talking behind my back now?" he allegedly shouted during a heated phone call. Voices were raised, tears were shed, and one source described the moment as the final fracture. His friends insisted that they were trying to protect him, but Travis refused to hear it. The betrayal cut deep. According to insiders, Travis packed up his things and left his home to stay in a private location with the one person everyone had warned him about. That move only widened the gap between him and the people who had supported him from the beginning. Family members were devastated. One relative reportedly told a close friend, "We don't recognize him anymore. It's like he's under a spell. No matter what we say, he won't listen." The family dinners that used to bring joy had turned into bitter debates about whether Travis was even reachable. One cousin even went on social media, posting a cryptic message, Sometimes the people you love the most are the hardest to save. But while the family was divided, fans remained relentless. They flooded Travis's social media with comments ranging from support to outright criticism. "Wake up, bro," one fan wrote. Another begged, "Please don't let this be the end of you. We need you on the field, not in this mess." The constant flood of opinions only fueled Travis's anger. Things came to a head when Travis returned to the field for a highly anticipated game. All eyes were on him. Fans wanted to see if he could rise above the chaos and remind the world why he was a star. But instead of a comeback performance, the game turned into a disaster. He looked distracted, missing plays he would normally make with ease. At one point, cameras caught him arguing with a teammate on the sideline, visibly frustrated and shaking his head. After the game, the press conference was even more shocking. Instead of addressing the game, reporters hammered him with questions about the leaked messages, the viral clips, and the chaos surrounding his personal life. Travis's patience finally snapped. "You think you know me? You don't know anything about me. Stop asking me about my personal life. I'm here to play football, not to live for your gossip." His voice cracked, his eyes looked glassy, and the press room fell into stunned silence. The meltdown became the clip of the week, replayed on every sports show and gossip program across the country. Some commentators sympathized, saying the pressure had reached unbearable levels. Others criticized him, claiming he was letting his personal life destroy his career. One commentator bluntly stated, "If he doesn't get it together soon, he's going to lose everything." But the biggest twist came not from the media, not from his family, but from inside the very circle that had been protecting him. One of his closest allies, someone fans trusted, decided to break their silence in a shocking tell-all interview. In the interview, it revealed details about late-night arguments, manipulation, and the way Travis had been pulled away from his support system. "We tried to warn him," the ally confessed. "We begged him to open his eyes, but he wouldn't listen. It's like he's addicted to the chaos, like he can't imagine life without it." Fans were left stunned, some even crying in reaction. Videos posted online, emotions ran high as supporters realized the drama was deeper than they imagined. This wasn't just about one relationship or one argument. This was about a young star losing himself in a storm of betrayal and manipulation. And then, just when everyone thought it couldn't get more dramatic, another betrayal surfaced. Insiders revealed that a member of Travis's inner circle had allegedly accepted money to leak details about his private life to the media. The revelation was explosive. Fans felt sick, teammates felt betrayed, and Travis himself was reportedly devastated. "So, it's true then?" he reportedly asked during a confrontation. "Someone I trusted sold me out for money." The room went silent. Nobody wanted to admit it, but the truth was undeniable. The trust that had once held his circle together was completely shattered. In the aftermath, Travis spiraled deeper. He pulled away from teammates, stopped responding to family calls, and even skipped a scheduled interview with a major network. Fans began posting worried messages, saying things like, "We don't want another NFL star lost to off-field drama, and someone needs to save him before it's too late." The NFL veteran who had been warning Travis from the beginning doubled down once more. During a podcast appearance, he said, "Look, I've been there. I know how this story ends if he doesn't change course. The red flags aren't just waving anymore, they're screaming." The drama reached its boiling point during a practice session that should have been routine. According to teammates, Travis and a fellow player got into a heated argument on the field. Words turned into shoving, and coaches had to step in to separate them. The confrontation was caught on a fan's cell phone and leaked online, showing Travis storming off the field, ripping off his helmet, and shouting, "I'm done with this." The clip spread like wildfire, and suddenly everyone was asking the same question: was Travis Hunter on the verge of walking away from football altogether? The speculation was endless. Some fans believed he would quit. Others thought he would be suspended, and a few even wondered if the league would intervene. The pressure was suffocating, and the story dominated headlines for weeks. Yet, behind the chaos, insiders whispered that Travis was starting to see the truth. Late at night, alone and exhausted, he allegedly admitted to a confidant. Maybe they were right? Maybe I should have listened from the beginning. But whether that realization came too late was the question haunting everyone around him. As the dust settled from the practice field meltdown, the stage was set for the most shocking twist yet. Because just when it seemed like Travis might finally begin to turn things around, an unexpected betrayal blindsided him once more, one that would shake not only his career but also his very identity as a man, an athlete, and a star. The whispers about betrayal weren't just whispers anymore. They were reality. The shocking twist that blindsided Travis Hunter came in the form of an expose that no one saw coming. A major sports news outlet dropped a bombshell article filled with receipts, anonymous sources, and alleged voice recordings. The headline alone sent shockwaves through the NFL community. The red flags Travis ignored, how his inner circle tore him apart. The article claimed that not only had a member of Travis's inner circle been leaking information, but they had also been secretly feeding false narratives to manipulate him into cutting ties with certain family members and friends. Fans couldn't believe it. Was Travis really being played this whole time? Was the person he defended so fiercely the mastermind behind the chaos? The recordings, though never officially verified, seemed damning. One clip allegedly captured a voice saying, "As long as he thinks I'm the only one who cares, he'll never leave." Fans were horrified. Twitter exploded with one post going viral. "This is not love, this is control. How could he not see it?" Travis's reaction behind the scenes was nothing short of explosive. Insiders claimed he locked himself in a hotel room for hours, refusing to answer calls from anyone. When he finally emerged, he reportedly shouted, "At his team, everyone lied to me. Everyone played me. I don't know who to trust anymore." Those words sent chills through the people closest to him. Because, for the first time, it wasn't just about defending someone else, it was about facing the possibility that he had been manipulated all along. The fallout was immediate. His family, who had been begging him to see the truth, felt vindicated. But it wasn't a victory they wanted. One family member allegedly broke down in tears, saying, "We didn't want to be right. We just wanted him safe." Emotions ran high, and while some relatives rushed to support him, others kept their distance, afraid that another confrontation could push him further away. His teammates were also shaken. During practice, sources say they rallied around him, trying to rebuild his confidence, but Travis remained distant, barely speaking and keeping his headphones on at all times. One player told a reporter, "He's here physically, but mentally, somewhere else entirely." But the drama didn't stop there. Fans began demanding accountability. Online forums erupted with debates over whether the person at the center of the controversy should be exposed publicly. Some argued that Travis needed to come forward with the truth, while others warned that dragging it into the spotlight would only make things worse. And then came the confrontation that felt like the climax of a scripted drama. Insiders revealed that Travis finally agreed to meet face-to-face with the person accused of manipulating him. The meeting reportedly took place at a private location, but of course, details leaked almost instantly. Eyewitnesses described it as tense, emotional, and heartbreaking. Travis allegedly shouted, "Tell me the truth. Did you use me? Did you make me turn against everyone who cared about me?" The other person denied everything at first, insisting, "I'm the only one who's ever been real with you. They all just want to control you." But according to one source, the argument escalated until Travis finally walked out, saying, "If this is what love looks like, I don't want it." Fans were stunned. Some celebrated the moment as Travis finally breaking free, while others, worried it was too little, too late. Videos of the confrontation, though grainy and incomplete, leaked online, sparking millions of views and endless debates. But just when everyone thought Travis might finally be on the path to healing, another twist shattered the fragile hope. The same outlet that had dropped the original expose released a follow-up piece, claiming that the betrayal ran deeper than anyone realized. They alleged that financial records showed money had been funneled from Travis's accounts without his knowledge, tens of thousands of dollars missing. The revelation was devastating. Fans flooded social media with outrage, demanding justice. Teammates expressed their anger privately, with one reportedly saying, "It's one thing to mess with his head, but to mess with his money, that's unforgivable." Travis himself was reportedly inconsolable. Insiders claimed he spent days in isolation, replaying every conversation, every warning, every red flag he had ignored. "How did I not see it?" he allegedly muttered during a call with a confidant. "Everyone told me, and I still didn't see it." The emotional weight of that realization crushed him. But it also sparked something to resolve. In a surprising move, Travis made a rare public statement. Standing in front of cameras with his voice shaking but steady, he admitted, "I've made mistakes. I ignored the people who tried to protect me. But I'm done ignoring the red flags. It's time for me to take back my life." The statement sent fans into a frenzy. Some cried tears of relief, others cheered for his courage, and the hashtag New Travis began trending. Commentators called it the first real step toward redemption, while his family cautiously expressed their support, saying they were ready to welcome him back whenever he was ready. But the road to redemption wasn't smooth. Even after the powerful statement, insiders revealed that Travis struggled daily with guilt, anger, and the fear of trusting anyone again. At practice, he worked harder than ever, but his eyes carried the weight of everything he had endured. Teammates noticed, often offering small words of encouragement, like, "We got you, bro," or "You're not alone." Still, the scars remained. During one post-game interview, a reporter asked if he regretted ignoring the warnings. Travis paused for a long time before answering, "Regret doesn't even cover it. But I can't change the past. All I can do now is move forward." Fans described the moment as raw and heartbreaking, proof that the ordeal had changed him forever. And while the immediate storm began to calm, the story left behind a trail of unanswered questions. Would Travis ever fully recover his trust in the people around him? Could his career rebound after months of distraction and drama? And perhaps most hauntingly, what would become of the person accused of orchestrating the betrayal? Some fans speculated they would resurface with their own side of the story, while others believed the saga was far from over. After all, reality TV-style drama rarely ends cleanly. It always leaves the door open for another twist, and that's exactly where things stood as the dust settled. Travis Hunter had faced betrayal, manipulation, and heartbreak, but he had also shown a glimpse of strength, a willingness to confront the truth, and a promise to reclaim control over his life. Yet for all the tears shed, the bridges burned, and the red flags finally acknowledged. One question echoed louder than the rest. Was this truly the end of the chaos, or just the beginning of another chapter? And there you have it, 4 chapters of betrayal, heartbreak, and the kind of twists nobody could have scripted better if it were a Hollywood drama. Travis Hunter's journey from being the unstoppable NFL golden boy to a young man surrounded by manipulation, warnings, and red flags has left fans speechless. Some are calling it the biggest cautionary tale in recent sports history, while others insist this is only the beginning of a redemption arc. The truth is, the story isn't over. The trust he lost, the relationships that shattered, and the career that hangs in the balance, all of it is still unfolding right before our eyes. But here's the real question for you watching right now. Do you believe Travis has finally broken free from the chaos? Or are there still hidden red flags waiting to explode? Is he on the road to redemption? Or will the cycle repeat itself in an even bigger scandal? Emotions ran high, families were divided, and fans were left torn between sympathy and frustration. And now it's your turn to weigh in. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you stand with Travis, or do you think he ignored too many warnings for too long? Let's hear your theories, your predictions, and your unfiltered takes. If you've been hooked by the drama, don't forget to hit that like button. Lets us know you want more of these deep dives into the stories the cameras don't always show. And if you're new here, subscribe right now, because you don't want to miss the next shocking twist in this saga. Turn on notifications so you're the first to know when the next chapter drops. This isn't just football anymore, it's betrayal, redemption, and survival. And trust me, you'll want to be here when the next headline breaks.